Calculate mean, variance and standard deviation for the following distribution. We have the class and fi. We'll also write xi as well because we'll take the midpoints for the classes. Classes 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90 and 90 to 100. The corresponding frequencies are 3, 7, 12, 15, 8, 3 and 2. Now pause the video. Try to find mean, variance and standard deviation for this distribution. Try applying the assumed mean method or the step deviation method for this. Alright, let's do this together. Let's first find xi, the representatives for these classes, that are the midpoints for these classes. 30 to 40 will have 35, then 45, 55, 65, 75, 85 and then 95. Now let's first find the sum of frequencies. Let's first figure out what are the total number of observations do we have. 3 plus 7, 10, plus 12, 22, plus 15, 37, plus 8, 45, plus 3, 48, plus 2, 50. So we have a total of 50 observations. Next step is to assume the mean. Now of these values, the middle value is 65. So let's assume the mean to be 65. Now we'll replace xi with yi. That's going to be xi minus our assumed mean divided by the class size, that's 10. So corresponding to all xi's, we have new values which are yi. So let's find these values. 35 minus 65 is minus 30 divided by 10 is going to be minus 3. 45 minus 65 is minus 20 divided by 10 is minus 2. Then we have 55 minus 65, that's minus 10 by 10 is minus 1. 65 minus 65 is 0. 75 minus 65 is 10, 10 by 10 is 1. 85 minus 65 is 20, 20 by 10 is 2. And 95 minus 65 is 30, 30 by 10 is 3. So corresponding to these xi, we have these simpler, easier to handle yi's, that's minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now let's find yi squared. Let's square these values. We have 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4 and 9. Now let's multiply yi and yi squared with frequencies. So yi times fi, that's fi yi, that's going to be 3 times minus 3 is minus 9, 7 times minus 2 is minus 14, this will be minus 12, this is 0, then 8, 6 and 6. Let's add all of these up. Summation fi yi, so minus 9, so minus 14 cancels with 8 and 6, minus 12 and 6 cancel out, this becomes minus 6. We have minus 9 minus 6, that's going to be minus 15. So sum of fi yi is minus 15. To get the actual mean, we can use this formula. Mean is equal to a plus sigma fi yi by n times h. A is our assumed mean. Sigma fi yi is minus 15 here. N is the total number of observations, which is 50. And h is the class size, that's 10. So putting a as 65 and plugging in all the other values, we get our mean equals to 65 minus 15, because sigma fi yi is minus 15. So plus minus is minus. Minus 15 by 50 times 10. 10 cancels out. 15 by 5 is 3. So 65 minus 3 equals to 62. This is our actual mean for this distribution. So we have figured out the mean. Now we need to figure out the variance and standard deviation. For that, we have to figure out fi yi squared as well. That's the reason we wrote yi squared. Now let's figure out fi yi squared. Let's multiply this column with this column. 3 times 9 is 27. 7 times 4 is 28. 12 times 1 is 12. This is 0. Then we have 8 and 12 and 18. Let's add all of these values. We have 7 plus 8 15 plus 2 17 plus 8 25 plus 2 27 plus 8 35. 5 and 3 carry over. 2 plus 3 5, 2 7, 1 8, 1 9 and 1 10. So that's 105, 105. Again, using this method, we have easier to handle values. So 105 is our sigma fi yi squared. And using this method, variance sigma square, that's equal to h square by n square times n times sigma fi yi squared minus square of sigma fi yi. So let's plug in the values. H is 10, n is 50. Sigma fi yi squared, we just calculate that, that's 105. Sigma fi yi, that's minus 15. So let's plug in the values. We have 10 squared by 50 squared times 50 times 105 minus square of minus 15. So this is 1 by 25 because this becomes 100, this becomes 2500. So that's 1 by 25. This is 50 times 105. That's 5250 minus 15 squared. That's 225. So 250 minus 225, that's 25. So we have 5025. So let's divide 5025 by 25. 25 tens are 250 times 20 is 500 times 200 is 5000. So this is 201. So our variance is 201. What's our standard deviation? That's the square root of variance. That's the square root of 201. That's going to be approximately 14, slightly more than 14. Standard deviation in this case is 14.18. So using this method, we have our mean, which is 62, our variance, which is 201, and our standard deviation, which is 14.18.